Book of the day, Journey to the Well by Bishop Vashti McKenzie, who happens to be the first female bishop of the African Methodist Episcopal Church. Also one of my favorite authors. I really love this book. I enjoy sharing this with you. Ready? Here's something out of the chapter 8. A woman faces her past. Here's the chapter. Healing past wounds is a significant step in the process of personal transformation. The past is like dust collecting in the living rooms of our lives. We rarely want to disturb the dust as it lies like an almost invisible film on everything. The past is too traumatic, too painful, or too troublesome to deal with. Sometimes the dust of the past becomes so thick it must be cleaned away with specialized cleaners that attract the particles and erase the residue. Thick dust on your coffee table requires assistance from cleansing agents. Mr. Clean can take care of the first dust particles around your house. Jesus can take care of the dust particles of your past, along with the residues of guilt and shame. The Samaritan woman had a past, and she was having a difficult time overcoming it. She was down to her last things. She had only one hope left, and all she could do was carry on. When she met Jesus at the well, she learned that before she could successfully go on with a satisfying life, she needed to rise above the events of her past. When she accepted the living water Jesus offered her at the well in Samaria, she was able to rise above her past and begin her life anew through a transforming experience with Jesus. In this chapter, we'll look at how unresolved women have confronted the past in order to move on to the future. By overcoming debilitating problems and patterns, their eyes were open and they found belonging, acceptance, and love in Christ. Have you ever had a problem that was collecting dust? Create a new beginning and clean up your past. Overcoming problems and patterns. Have you ever had a problem that lasted a long time? A problem that was more than a momentary crisis or a fleeting disappointment? Often we're held captive by the one problem that just won't go away. The cast of characters involved in your issue may long ago have moved on, but you're still replaying the feelings from that time in your life. It seems God is speaking and moving in everybody else's situation except yours. Everyone else's problems and issues have been resolved. Others have resolved 2 or 3 or 4 problems, while you're still held captive by the one problem. Your friends, family, and significant other have each prayed about their problems or issues, and their prayers have been answered. They have fasted with results, and they have testified about miracles, blessings, and deliverance. They have shouted publicly and privately over their victories won. They were still before God and came to know Him over many issues. You, on the other hand, are still mad, still know Him over many issues. You, on the other hand, are still mad, still broke, still upset, still laid off, still hurt, still wounded, still sick. You are still besieged by money crisis, crime crisis, drug crisis, AIDS crisis, grief crisis, job crisis, men crisis, home crisis, kids crisis, grandchild crisis, communication crisis, production crisis. and just plain crisis. They have lasted a long time. Life just doesn't seem fair. God is speaking and it's moving on, but you, everyone else is getting better, but you, everyone is getting paid, but you, everyone is getting married, but you, everyone else's divorce is finalized, but yours, everyone else's child support check is in, but yours, everyone else's car is out of the shop, but yours, everyone else got a cost of living increase, but you, pampering work for everyone else, but you, everyone is postmenopausal, but you. Problems are around. They always have been. The Hebrews had a 400-year-long enslavement problem in the mud pits of the ghettos of Goshen in Egypt. Israel had a continuing problem of sin that led to a 70-year captivity problem in Babylon. Moses has an Exodus congregation that mumbled, grumbled, and complained their way through the wilderness for 40 long years. He saw but never got to the promised land. And for a really long time, problem. Think of Hannah. Everyone had babies but her. Her unproductive womb was an embarrassment in an ancient society where a woman's value was connected to her ability to produce a male child. Her adversaries tormented her year after year. 1 Samuel